What happens when you get into debt?
You're threatening me, sir.
And you can't
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
or won't pay it back?
It doesn't matter what you want, sir. Unfortunately, that's the law.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Evil! You have to turn to hell!
Well, I'll smash the window then. It's false imprisonment.
Dealing with desperate debtors
Hello?
in dramatic situations.
You want to stand here like a big man? Leave it. Talk to me. Push me about.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
You must leave the property today.
Today?
and their possessions.
The desks are going. Everything.
You're joking.
Okay.
Because whatever happens,
High Court enforcement!
if you can't pay, they'll take it away.
Latest reports show that Britain's high streets are declining rapidly. Shops and restaurants are closing down faster than new ones are opening. In the last 12 months, the number of retail premises shutting their doors has almost tripled to just under 6,000 a year.
Stuart McCracken and Ian Taylor are High Court enforcement agents. They travel around the country, repossessing homes, chasing debts, and seizing goods when debtors can't or won't pay.
Our next job is going to be, I think, it's an Indian takeaway.
Today, they're in Nottingham to recover nearly £3,000 worth of unpaid rent owed to the landlord of a takeaway shop.
Spice to go. Spice to go.
If the defendant, Shoaib Sikandari, doesn't pay, the agents will seize goods to offset the debt today.
Well, I could do with a curry now as well. Nice Rogan Josh. Oh, lovely. Oh. Hi, mate, you all right?
Sorry, I'm scared for I just smoke.
All right, OK, no problem at all. My name's Mr McCracken, that's my colleague, Mr Taylor. We've been sent in by the landlord, mate, to collect outstanding rent. The total amount here we're to collect to prevent the removal of goods is £2,972.80.
By the landlord?
Yeah, by the landlord.
What are you talking about by landlord?
Yeah, the landlord who owns the building.
For what?
So we're here to collect outstanding rent, sir, OK, to the value of £2,972.80.
All payment gone through.
It's apparently not, sir. That's the reason why we're here today.
But you got it wrong.
We haven't got it wrong.
I can prove it to you that
Yeah.
I pay every month.
Okay.
Every time.
Shoaib has been running the takeaway shop for 8 months. He claims he's up to date with his rent and owes his landlord nothing.
You see, I don't understand, man. What rent you after?
Right, sir, can I explain to you, OK? We're here to do a job, OK?
What job?
I'll be getting my colleague to do an inventory
You
of
can
goods.
do whatever you want. I'm not paying you a penny.
We can't get dragged in to the stories that we hear from defendants. If we did, we wouldn't collect anything. The defendants on there rightfully owe that money, regardless of what story the defendants tell us.
Shoaib is adamant he isn't in rent arrears. Backed up by his friend Jahinga, he shows the agents his bank statements.
Said he hasn't
Okay,
received
can
it.
you see on my bank account then, please? What's that? What's the other date? 08, yeah? Mm-hmm. Is that okay?
1,100.
1,160, yeah?
Yeah.
It's gone to him, yeah? What's this? The turn-away, yeah?
That's the 10th, yeah.
The month before, yeah?
Yeah.
So everything is clear?
Everything is clear.
Okay.
That's ridiculous, this is. I'm sorry, I know it's your job.
No, no, I
What can
understand,
do?
sir.
It seems Shoaib isn't in arrears. Stuart must find out why the landlord has taken action against him. He calls the landlord's solicitor.
From what we can see, the defendant sent the money over on each quarter. Yeah, he has sent the money. I'll pass you over now, so just give me 2 seconds. I'll pass you over because he'll be able to explain to you. Bear with me
This
1 second.
solicitor, yeah? No, hello? Okay, what rent? Which month? What are you talking about? Yes, I have nothing, 1 penny owe him. I'm paying every month, I'm clear till today. Why would you send somebody else to my shop? I paid everything on time.
Because like I said, everyone
What are
else.
you talking about, man? Just how he doesn't understand. You know what kind of solicitor he is?
From what we can see, the payments have been going out each month. We've seen. Sorry, sir.
But then, the landlord's solicitor tells Stuart the real reason behind the debt.
Yeah. You have to pay the quarter in advance. That's what it is, but he's not paying it a quarter in advance, he's paying it by monthly. So he's still due the quarter.
It turns out that the debt is not for arrears after all. It's for 2 months' rent Shoaib should have paid up front.
At the end of the day, sir, it needs collecting.
Thank you.
Bye.
Stuart must convince Shoaib that he does owe the money and needs to pay now.
Fact of the matter is, sir, what you have to do, you have to pay a quarter in advance. That's exactly what it says on your lease, okay? That's what it says on your lease, okay? But what you're doing at the moment, sir, is you're paying it monthly by month by month.
Are you telling me I spoke to the landlord?
That's not what it says in the lease, sir. Yeah?
Every month.
So at the moment...
You transfer 1160 to my account.
But it's not what's in your lease.
I know it's
okay?
not lease, but he's...
So, that's fine.
He said he agreed. He said, okay, you can pay monthly. So why are you doing it?
Despite Shoaib's claims that the landlord agreed to monthly payments, the arrangement is not written into the lease. Stuart and Ian are duty-bound to enforce the debt.
I'm going to give you 20 minutes to try and raise his funds. I need to make you aware, sir, that if we don't receive that payment, we'll be ringing gas engineers for the equipment to be removed. 20 minutes, sir. All right? 20 minutes.
Which month?
The clock is ticking. Shoaib should be trying to raise the cash, but he's not listening to the agents.
The lender is clear. I can
Yes.
No.
We've explained this. Fact of the matter is, if you do not make payment, we will be removing goods.
Despite Shoaib's protests, the landlord's solicitor has given the agents clear instructions. Shoaib has 10 minutes left on Stuart's deadline to come up with the cash. Now they must start taking an inventory in case they have to remove goods.
I'm still a man of my word.
The landlord was agreed to pay monthly because the business is no good.
Okay, still a man of our word, and we've still got another 10 minutes, sir. So try and raise some money in the next 10 minutes.
No money,
All right?
I got
Okay,
16 pounds in my account.
that's fine, no problem.
Do whatever you want.
No problem.
It seems that Shoaib's takeaway business has fallen on hard times. But if the agents remove his kitchen equipment, he won't have a business to run at all.
I owe him nothing. I'm not behind anything. I got 16 pounds in my account. Because the business is really bad at the moment. And I can't afford it. I don't have money, what am I going to do?
People try and use their business situation to try and put us off collecting debt, but nothing's going to change our opinion on that regardless of what the defendant says.
The deadline is up. With no payment in sight, the agents have no choice but to start seizing assets.
Right, can you start switching all the equipment off, please?
Okay, well, you switch off yourself.
No, I know.
You're not touching my stuff.
I will be. I will be.
You're not touching my stuff.
Okay, so do me a favour, Ian, can you start turning off the equipment in there, please? Yeah. You want?
You're not touching nothing.
We are,
I'll tell you now, you're not touching it until now.
You ain't going to stop us, sir. You ain't going to stop us. You ain't going to stop us doing what we're going to do, sir. Okay?
If you touch anything, you will see. If you touch anything, you will see.
So now it's going down to threats, is it, sir?
The landlord should have ringed him, said, I'm not happy with you 1 month. You give it quarterly, you will sort it out. No one sending you lot.
Do us a favour, mate. Can you just turn your volume down? Just turn your volume down. No,
You are not locking that door. You are not allowed to lock us in this place. Do you understand?
If Shoaib and his friend lock the agents in, they could be arrested for wrongful imprisonment. With the situation turning ugly, will the agents be able to recover the £3,000 debt they came for? The agent's deadline for payment has come and gone.
Switch the light off. Thank you very much. Close the business.
Shoaib still hasn't made any offer to settle the debt. So now Stuart and Ian have no option but to seize goods in a volatile situation.
We'll take these out the front door, Ian.
Yo, listen. Yo, don't touch my stuff. I told you before. Don't touch my stuff.
So we're going to be removing goods,
You don't
sir.
understand, man.
I told you so, the goods are getting removed.
Don't touch my
I
stuff.
told
I told you before.
you. Sir, the stuff's getting removed, sir. The stuff's getting removed, sir. Yeah, the
You want to
stuff's...
fight? You want to fight this fight?
You're threatening me, sir. You're
Put your
threatening me.
finger on Ivers, you will be arrested.
Hit me, come on, hit me, come on. Hit me. You want to fight? Hit me. Come on, somebody hit me. Somebody help me, come on.
What's about
Help me,
this?
come
Trying
on.
to find
Help
someone.
me, come on, I said.
What do you mean hurt you, sir? What do you mean hurt you?
Help me, let me watch what happens.
What do you mean? No. Sir, you do.
My stuff. What?
You do know.
help me.
You do know, sir, that we're
You
just going to
help
put
me,
that
come on,
back.
you help me.
You just know that we're going to put that stuff back, sir.
You got big man, you think you're a big man, yeah.
These assets have been seized, sir.
There are many ploys that defendants use to try and stop us doing our job and collecting payments, but they can be rude, they can be aggressive, they can lie, they can pull as much wool over our eyes as possible, but it's not going to deter us from the way that we do our job.
Shoaib's business is at serious risk, but he still won't accept he should be paying rent quarterly, which means he's in debt.
Rent is clear. I'm telling you, I'm showing every month. I'm showing every month, and the bank statement went to his account. Listen, what rent do you want? What rent do you
I've
want?
told you, sir, it needs to be paid quarterly.
The agents have no choice but to continue dismantling the shop.
Get your hands off me, or I will call the police. You will be arrested. By the way, if if this breaks right now, it's your fault. If this breaks, it's your fault.
I'm gonna break it. Honestly, I'm gonna break it.
Sir, it's not.
It's criminal damage now. This no longer belongs to you. It's
Sir, it's not worth breaking, is it?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not worth breaking.
Put it back there. I'm speaking
Just
to
leave
officer.
Mr. Taylor to do what he needs to do. Just leave Mr.
You
Taylor
are
to do what...
obstructing me from doing my job.
Yeah.
Stuart and Ian have been in the shop for over 2 hours. But the assets in the takeaway won't cover the £3,000 debt. And Shoaib is still refusing to pay the money owed. At an impasse, Stuart calls the office for advice.
So I'll be honest with you, mate, I'm banging my head against the wall at the moment. He's got 15 quid in his business account. There's a few onions in the back and a few peppers, and a clay oven. Where do you go, mate? You know what I mean? He's not going to pay it.
With little hope of recovering the debt today, Stuart decides to give Shoaib one last chance to save his business.
So what I'll do is, okay, let's do it in the most basic principle. Yeah. I will put everything on a control goods agreement for 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay. In 24 hours, okay, if you don't find that payment of £2,924, okay, we will be coming back to have the goods removed. Okay. Okay. So this time tomorrow, if we don't have that payment in full, we will be coming back to remove your goods, whether you like it or not. All right?
Okay. You're not coming tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah. Excuse me. It's my business day. You can't come tomorrow.
I'll be coming tomorrow.
You have to come on Monday.
No, I'll be coming tomorrow. So I'll give you 24 hours.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, you go.
In a fraught, difficult and emotional situation, you need to keep calm, and you need to think with a clear head, because it's quite clear that people be put in situations that they can't think clearly because their emotions have completely overtaken them. But you, as a High Court enforcement agent, have to oversee that and just think of the sight of the target, which is a payment.
Have you got a contact number?
Huh?
Have you got a contact number?
No, for you, I'm sorry.
No?
We'll just take the man off the stand in front.
Right, okay, so there's control goods agreement. We'll see you in 24 hours.
Thank you very much.
Best thing for him to do now is pay his rent.
Pay what?
Pay his rent.
You have to find a decent job for yourself.
Shoaib's business is safe for now, but the agents could be back.
I'm more annoyed that we haven't got any money, but he's showing us the account, he's got £15 in it. So he's literally living month by month. If we don't get a payment in 24 hours, then we'll just be coming back to take control of the goods.
Evictions across the UK are occurring at an alarming rate. The latest figures from a leading debt charity reveal that 42 properties are being repossessed every day. That's nearly 2 every hour.
(8:15 a.m). High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Phil Short are heading to Ilford, Greater London, to carry out an eviction.
3, 2, 1. On the right.
The landlord's representative is waiting at the property.
Nice to see you.
He wants to make sure the tenants leave today.
They've occupied this property for about 5 years. They're not paying rent. They're basically occupying it without the permission of the landlord, and the landlord isn't based in the country.
This one here?
They're saying they've got a tenancy agreement. The landlord's not here to verify it, So he's basically taken it through the legal channel.
No one is answering the door.
We don't believe they're in there, to be honest. There's no gas or electric going in.
The High Court writ allows the agents to gain entry by force if necessary.
Well done, sir. Thank you. Door, brick behind the door. What a shithole. Can you believe that people live like this?
No.
A lot of the properties that we go to, I do find, in a lot of the cases, at least half the cases, their living conditions are absolutely appalling. It doesn't cost money to tidy things up.
The property is now repossessed. But inside, Paul and Phil get a shock.
Has he hotwired the electrics?
Yeah, electric's out here all life.
Everyone thinks no one's here.
Yeah.
The wiring in the property has been set up to avoid the electricity meter. It's potentially lethal.
If you look down behind the door, that's a direct feed coming straight into the house, and apparently it's homemade wiring by unskilled people that think that they can beat the system by bypassing their electrics somewhere, whether that's going next door's business or what, but there's all kind of live cables that are just ended off with a bit of tape.
You got that bar?
Despite the dangerous conditions,
Anybody in?
the team must make sure the property is empty.
Anybody here? There's steps and all sorts. I think it's been abandoned some time.
Yeah.
Inside the bedroom, Phil finds what appears to be boxes of an illegal narcotic called cat, traditionally used in the Somali community.
What else is it? Just be careful of stairs.
Then the agents make an even more shocking discovery.
We've got someone in bed here.
The property isn't empty after all.
Hello. We're High Court enforcement agents. We have a writ to repossess these premises. You have to go. No? Now. Yes, please. OK. All right. Is there anybody else here? Is there anybody else here? Where?
The man directs them towards the back bedroom, which is also occupied.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We've come to repossess this property. Do you understand what you need to do? You need to get your kit together now and leave immediately.
Why would I leave?
I don't know. Can you get your kit together? Give you 20 minutes, get your stuff out. All right, thank you very much.
Ten minutes later, the men are dressed and downstairs. One of them claims he's a long-term tenant. The other is a guest who has some questions for Paul.
Okay, did you ask yourself how long did he live here? 6 years has been renting.
I'm sorry, I don't need
Now
to know.
he's coming somewhere and saying leave it out. That's not, landlord doesn't have right to sell someone.
The landlord has the right to do that. It's been changed to the High Court and we're here today. He has to leave.
It's shocking for me. She sees someone live here and you saying so, go in the street. Or maybe the landlord may be treating him bad. So someone needs to be righteous.
If he gets the landlord's number, you can speak to the landlord, but I still want you to pack your things to leave.
Letters warning them of the eviction have been sent, but the tenant doesn't seem to understand what's happening. The agents must get the men out today.
I'd suggest that you get your belongings, passports, phones, chargers, all your personal belongings.
What's supposed to belong? These guys here can move like this, like that.
and I know where to go.
You can talk to me all your
No,
life.
no, I'm not talking to you. I'm
No,
telling you what I know. That's
I'm
what you're
saying-
telling me.
It's now 9:10. The longer you talk to me, the less time you've got to pack, because at 9:30, the doors will be locked.
The deadline is set, but the men still show no signs of going.
In 20 minutes, we will lock the premises.
No, I'm not going. Wait a minute, sir.
With the tenant refusing to leave, Paul's eviction has now reached a standoff. A friend of the men, Musa, has arrived to act as translator.
My name is Paul.
Yeah, my name is Musa Ali.
Okay.
I would like to present you.
If you go and have a word with him, tell him he's got to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Musa has been through the process himself.
dadkan high court-ka ka imaadeen waxa waaye sharciga high court-ka waa wixii aan guri laga bixiyo kaleeto marka only waxaan dhihi karnaa oo keliya alaabta inta ugu imaanayno ya alaabta inta ugu imaanayno hanoo taalo marka waxayna siinayaan 2 maalmood ama 3 maalmood they understand.
Yeah.
They only need because you didn't
like this.
They didn't get any notice.
There is no notice. Well, I'll explain
I
this
can
in a-
understand. I can understand. I will explain to them.
Yeah. When we come, right, after the county court, there is no notice.
I can understand. 100%. It happened to me myself.
Yeah.
With my family, my kids.
Yeah.
The tenant claims that he has been paying rent to the landlord. He says his requests to get the house repaired were ignored.
Maybe you're not in it's not in your position, but he's saying like the eviction is illegally because we requested the landlord to fix the property.
Right. See that? This is signed off by the High Court, like the highest court in the country.
I know, we know.
So,
it's called,
right,
the Royal
before you start throwing out that this is illegal,
Yeah.
this would not be signed off by the High Court if this was anything but legitimate. Right?
Okay. So, but there's no reason hadda. Alaabtan inaan qaadano, alaabta weyn time in siiyaan aan ugu soo qaadano wax kale kuma jirto meesha.
With Musa's help, the tenant and his guest start packing.
The voice of reason has arrived.
Yes.
No, the High Court is High Court. Nobody can say anything. We can understand that. That's it.
If he does need to come back, he'll have to speak to the landlord.
Landlord, that's it. Yeah, I explained to him everything.
All right, sir.
And,
Thank you very much for
you're
coming. I
welcome,
do
sir.
appreciate your help. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's all squared. The man who's just come in is the voice of reason. It does, yeah. He obviously knows the score.
The tenant is now homeless.
Of course, he has to find somewhere to stay. He cannot stay outside, isn't it?
Despite all his years of experience, Paul is still shocked by the conditions in the flat.
What an absolute tip that is. I mean, you wouldn't keep animals in a place like that. It's absolutely filthy. Absolutely filthy.
A leading money advice service has reported that the number of new business loans underwritten by a personal guarantor is increasing. But with 9 out of 10 new businesses folding in the first 2 years, it's often the guarantor who's left to shoulder the financial burden.
Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Shropshire, with a writ for one of the largest debts they've had to recover. £61,000, the result of an unpaid business loan taken out by an employment training company.
We are off to Mr. Mark Gibson.
Yeah.
And the company is called Image Match Social Enterprise, CIC.
Mr. Gibson's company is no longer trading, but he signed as a guarantor for the loan, and now he's personally liable for the debt.
So we are now going to his residential address, where apparently he's been living for 15 years.
Because the debt is so large, the agents are on the lookout for any sizable assets that could be seized if the debtor can't or won't pay.
This is interesting, isn't it?
I reckon that's what, 4 mil?
Oh, no, it's more than that, mate.
All sorts of people get into debt. It doesn't matter what house you've got, what car you drive. Everybody gets themselves into debt. That's a house.
collect a few more writs and you get a house like this.
There we go.
Hello there. Sorry to disturb you. We're after a Mr. Mark Gibson.
Yep.
Is that yourself, sir?
Not me.
No.
Doesn't live here. See the big building over there?
Yes.
It's on the left. It's part of that building.
Thank you very much for your help.
The agents discover that Mark Gibson lives in a cottage on the estate.
Here we go.
There's a car parked outside. It's a potential asset, so the agents block it in.
Hello? Hello there. My name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're after Mr. Mark Gibson.
He's not here at the moment.
But are you able to get him on the phone?
I'll try.
Even though Mark isn't there, the agents have the right to search the house for assets.
Mark, it's me. There's some gentlemen that have just walked in the house. You're on private property and you need to leave now.
We won't be leaving, I'm afraid. Is he on the phone there? I can speak to him.
2 minutes.
Okay.
I mean 2 minutes.
Hello, is that Mr. Gibson? Mr. Gibson, good afternoon. My name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We've got a High Court writ to collect an outstanding balancer of £61,145.33. We have gained entry to the property through peaceful means, so we are...
You are not through peaceful means.
Okay, can you just bear with me 1 second,
property.
okay? We need to discuss this matter, okay?
Out of my property, please.
We won't be. I'll be staying inside your property. I'll be staying inside the property, so until we get this resumed.
Get my son.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pass you back now, okay?
He's inside the property and he won't go outside.
We're not here to cause distress, okay?
Well, you're causing me
yeah,
distress. I've
we're
got to
here.
go and get my little boy.
No, I understand
okay?
that.
But
we won't be
until
leaving
I
the
don't get
property.
him.
But we won't be leaving the property.
No, you're not staying inside.
We will be.
No, you're
okay?
not. Well, I'm not
we are,
here. You are
right,
not.
Okay. I need to make it clear to you. We have a High Court writ to access the property.
The agents have the right to remain in the property to draw up a controlled goods agreement. This lists any valuable items which can be seized if Mark Gibson can't or won't pay.
Can you do a quick controlled goods agreement? Just have a look.
Well, how am I supposed to get my
Is there anyone else in the property?
No.
No.
And why are you going in? You're not
I'm going to make a
invited.
control goods agreement.
Vic looks for any assets that could be seized to offset the debt. 5 minutes later, with the agreement complete, the agents leave the house.
He's on his way back.
Stuart moves the van so that Mrs. Gibson can leave to collect her son.
I just want to tell you I'm sorry about this. I mean, I know it's nothing to do with you. I know it's nothing to do with you. Just go and get your son. That's the important thing.
The agents will wait outside for Mark. But the control goods agreement gives them the right to re-enter the property by force if he doesn't show up.
Feel sorry for her, I do. It's nothing to do with her.
Unfortunately, the data has landed on her door now.
"30 minutes later, Mark Gibson arrives home.
Here's your High Court writ, sir. So we're here to collect outstanding £66,642.
No, look. All that, appreciate.
No.
Because, of course, the thing is I've not received anything.
You need to make a payment today. If not, we are instructed to remove goods.
Okay.
Because we've already been inside the property, so we can, if needs be, we can get a locksmith to re-enter the property. You need to make at least 50% today.
50%?
Yeah.
Of that?
Yeah.
30 grand?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Well...
What can you raise? I am prepared to work with you, I know that. But what can you raise?
Sorry, I'm a human.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but this is a bill that's been outstanding that hasn't been paid for, that you've signed a personal guarantor for, so...
Yeah.
So you've signed it on the basis that you could clear it should anything happen. So we're in this situation now, so you need to try and raise some funds.
But I look, you know what, I'm not going to jerk you around and
No,
say,
I understand that.
You're going to make 45 minutes just to say, no, sorry guys, you're not going to get 50%.
No, I understand that, but see what you can do, okay? And then what I'll have to do is I'll have to make a call.
Even 20% of that,
yeah,
you know, because 20% of that is still 12 grand.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
I'm not going to. Why lie?
Yeah. No, you're right, sir. I know, but like I said, I can give you a bit of time to see what you can raise. Okay. So we'll take it from there, sir, and we'll speak in 45 minutes. All right. When we deal with guarantor debts, they need to step up to the plate and accept responsibility for their own actions. If you're a guarantor and you've signed for it, it is your debt. Don't stand and stare. Get on the phone and start making some calls.
Mark starts to try and raise some cash. Half an hour later, he makes an offer.
All I can do is sign a standing order or direct debit for £2 a month.
You can do that, sir, but we need a payment today.
Yeah,
You need to make some sort of payment today.
I've got no physically.
Right, we'll have to remove goods from the property.
That's my private property.
It is, but the 2K is not going to be enough, sir.
I know.
It's a £66,000 debt, sir. And if you haven't come to an acceptable arrangement, then the client will then be issuing a statutory demand, which is bankruptcy, which means that the house will be at risk, because you are a homeowner.
Mark's house is now potentially on the line. As the reality of his situation sinks in, his business associate arrives.
So, yeah, what's... just going to make the payment now.
A few minutes later, Mark makes his final offer.
2.5 is the most I can get.
Right, is that what you're preparing to propose?
Yeah.
So I'll have to speak to the office about it, but the thing is, if they decline it, I will have to get transport involved for goods to be removed. Right.
Stuart calls the office. With an offer of just £2,500 on a £61,000 debt, he's not optimistic.
He says he can't put his hands on that amount of money at the moment. So that's where we're at the moment. Is what it is. I'll relate the information on.
Mark's offer has been rejected.
It's going to have to be £5 today, mate. Some way or another. And then in 7 days' time, 15,000 to be paid, and then we can go into an agreed payment plan.
Obviously, he hasn't got £5.
You see what you can do. What do you reckon, Vic?
Yeah, I reckon I've paid, mate.
I think the business partner's got something.
"20 minutes later, there's still no sign of any payment.
So where we at, guys? What's happening to this payment?
I'm just trying to work out, because I haven't got my cards with me,
Right.
the account it's coming from and how to get it to you.
No, hang on. An hour ago, you told me I can do it on a debit card right now, OK? So what I'll do is I'll give you 5 more minutes, and then I'll be ringing transport to take control of the goods inside the property, all right?
The threat of removing goods finally prompts payment. Mark's associate, James, pays £2,500.
I just need to take a photo of that.
Mark Gibson has to pay £2,500 tomorrow and a further £15,000 in 7 days.
All right, speak to you tomorrow. So we roll, Vic.
That's how we roll, brother.
Boom.
But if Mark doesn't pay up tomorrow, his house and his family's possessions are at risk. And the team will be back.
In London, rising rents and a lack of affordable homes have led to a thriving illegal subletting market. Local councils are cracking down on tenancy fraud, and evictions in the capital are on the rise.
Steve and Ben Pinner are High Court enforcement agents. Today, they're on their way to Acton, West London, to carry out an eviction.
This job is a writ of possession.
Whose name's on the writ?
It's a Nicoletta Pataki.
All the agents know is that the tenant, Nicoletta, has breached the terms of her tenancy agreement.
There's a road there you could have gone down.
Yeah, there is.
The landlord took the case to the High Court, and the agents have come today without warning.
So we're going to stop here, because there's nowhere to park further ahead.
All right, OK.
Ben and Steve have a key to the property.
Better knock on the door, make sure they're not here.
If no one's home, the writ allows them to enter and change the locks.
Hello?
Oh. Hello.
Hello there. We have an order here.
Yeah?
You must leave the property today.
Really?
Yeah. It's from the High Court. It's a writ of possession for this property. You have an hour to get your personal effects together.
Today?
The eviction has clearly come as a shock.
So this isn't actually you. You're not Nicoletta.
No.
Okay.
No, Nicoletta. I don't know. I don't have idea who is Nicoletta.
It seems the tenant named on the writ doesn't live in the house.
You've rented from someone else. You shouldn't have
we
been.
rent in the rooms.
Yeah.
We don't have the idea about this.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Nothing can change this, unfortunately.
The repossession order means that anyone else living in the house must leave today.
I know this is not your fault. What we'll do is we'll change the locks, lock the door, and they'll make an arrangement to come back and collect the stuff. If you start to get your bits and pieces together, we can change the locks and everything. Okay, that's it.
Okay,
Sorry.
so... Sunday, okay.
Now the agents are inside, the house has officially been repossessed.
We can change the locks and everything. This lock and the back door.
A locksmith is on hand to open up any locked doors.
So that one we're going to have to get into.
Hello? Hello? All empty.
Oh, this one's open. There's another person in here.
Hello? If you want to get dressed and come out.
Could you put some clothes on? Sorry. You better knock on all the other doors. Someone in that one.
There are more tenants in the house than Steve and Ben expected. They start to suspect the house may have been sublet.
OK, I only need one opened up here, which is this one.
But upstairs, they're in for a surprise.
God, there's loads of rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms. 6 rooms and as many fridges.
It's now clear this eviction isn't going to be straightforward. This 3-bedroom semi isn't all that it appears. It's now clear the 3-bedroom house has been converted into 6 separate bedsits.
Bloody hell, they split this down and split this down and split this down, haven't they?
You bet.
I love that. The radiator's like...
shared.
They built a wall over the radiator. Who adapted it, we'll have no idea. But I don't think it's 100% legitimate by any means. There's not a fire door in the building.
The house has been sublet to the current tenants without the landlord's permission.
Have you seen what's in here?
Shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite clever, really, to convert under the stairs into a shower.
This sort of thing is very common where somebody rents a property and then they just sublet it. He rents it for maybe, what, I don't know, say £500 a month. And he gets like £50 a week off of each person. There might be 6, 7 rooms in here. So he's making a good killing.
The tenants have no idea that they are living here without the owner's consent. Ben finds a note about the rent collection.
The rent money needs to be ready to collect in the morning from 9 a.m. Otherwise, there is a £30 penalty charge.
He's got some cheek, hasn't he?
I know.
Cheek. We're coming across subletting in a phenomenal scale. Somebody takes the property, rents it onto someone else. It's unfortunate that the people that we're throwing out are totally oblivious to it all. And the person who's at the end of the chain is paying their rent and they think everything's fine.
Steve spots an outbuilding at the end of the garden. With his knowledge of subletting scams, he has a hunch this might be more than it seems.
Somebody lives in there. Jesus. Unbelievable.
The outbuilding has been converted into a studio apartment.
Oh, there is a bathroom in there. So there could be somebody actually in here. Because the shower's still hot. No. OK.
The tenants may be unaware of the scam, but Steve and Ben must still get everyone out today.
You have to pack your clothes and leave today.
Today? Really?
The person who's rented it to you shouldn't have done.
Yes.
So you're, unfortunately, in the middle of something that is no fault of your own. But the house has to be taken back.
Yes.
So unfortunately, you have to leave.
Hello, sir. You OK?
Yeah, all right.
Ben, would you need me to explain something to you? What's going on?
Please.
What's your situation here?
I'm living here 2 years, paying my rent on time.
OK, calm down. What's been happening is the man you're paying it to rents it off the landlord.
Right, yeah.
And he's subletting it to you without permission.
All right, that's the problem.
He obviously never told you because he wants you to keep paying him the rent.
I'm living here 11 years. And it
11 years?
Not here, but in London, and it happens to me 6 times.
And what do you do?
I'm working in glass factory.
How much do you pay for your room?
160 a week.
Wow.
And I paid my rent all the time, on time. Anyway, what can I do now? Take my stuff and that's it.
The situation with when there is sublet, it's obviously not fair because the people living here don't know anything about it. A lot of these people come over from Europe to work. They're more vulnerable to the situation because they're not well versed on the practicalities of the housing law within the UK and how the system works. And they're just being taken advantage of.
Excuse me, as I'm reading this.
Yes?
It says something Nicoletta Pataki. I
Correct.
never met her.
I know.
Who's
That's
that?
the person who's rented this property illegally and sublet it to you illegally.
Okay.
2 of the tenants are away in Spain. It's down to the other housemates to pack up for them.
My flatmates need things, need clothes, and I don't know what they need.
Another tenant is preparing to leave.
What's being done to you is not fair, we understand that. But when you're renting, you need to try and make sure, I know it's not always easy, you're renting off legitimate people.
You were living here for 1 year.
Yeah, I know.
All the tenants are now homeless.
It's not fair because they come in and you must to go in 1 hour, and we didn't know anything.
It was another unfortunate repossession. The people in the house knew nothing about that we were coming, so they are in the middle of it, not knowing anything about it.
It's coming ever increasing in London, isn't it?
Yeah.
They see it as a good business, don't they?
What happens when you get into debt?
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't
You think you can tear my family apart?
or won't pay it back.
I can't pay you. I can't pay you.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
You bugger! Get out of here! Somebody's going to be hurt.
dealing with desperate debtors
I don't owe him any money.
in dramatic situations.
I'm not getting irate for any other reason than your van is on my drive.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
I haven't been sleeping or anything because I've been worried about all of this.
and their possessions.
That's fine, because I just listed everything and we'll take it.
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
Get your hands off of me.
they'll take it away. Recent research reveals that nearly 40% of under 25-year-olds do not have a plan in place to repay money they currently owe. Average debt for the under 25s has more than tripled in the last 10 years and now stands at over £12,000. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are High Court enforcement agents. They travel all over the north of England, repossessing property and collecting debt.
Tell you what, mate, some big houses down here, aren't there? This is just beautiful, isn't it?
Today, they're in one of the wealthiest suburbs of Manchester to collect £3,000 owed to a lettings company by Mr. Quasim Ahmed.
You're treating me to one of your fabulous revisits, aren't you?
I'm treating you to a lovely house in Altrincham.
This isn't the first time Vic has tried to recover the debt.
Gates open, mate. Straight in. Hopefully it's him.
On his previous visit, over a month ago, Quasim agreed to a payment plan. But he's defaulted, and now Vic is back with Stuart to recover payment in full or seize goods if Quasim can't or won't pay.
So the outstanding is 3,004.
Yeah. Personally, I get quite excited when we get to a nice area because there's not many more possessions we can take control of if they don't want to make a payment.
Good morning, you okay? My name's Mr. McCracken, this is Mr. Victor, we're High Court enforcement agents. We're after Mr. Quasim Ahmed.
Yeah.
Is he available?
Yeah.
Right, no probs.
Under the terms of the writ, the team has the right to gain peaceful entry into the property, so Stuart makes the most of the open doors.
Can you come here, please?
Hello there, is it Quazim? Yeah. Quazim, good morning, my name's Mr McCracken, I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent. This is my colleague Mr Victor. We're here to collect £3,004, if not, we'll be removing goods, sir. As simple as that, sir. It's black and white as that, I'm afraid.
Been here before, you see.
You've had your chance to sort it out, sir, and you haven't.
This isn't my house.
But you're living here, sir?
No, I'm staying here.
You're staying here, right. Well, at the moment, sir, like I said, the writ is at this address.
Quazim is listed on the electoral roll at the address and was living at the house when Vic visited the first time. As there is no proof this isn't his home, the agents have the right to stay and enforce the writ.
Let me speak to my lawyer first.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
And then, can you step over there?
No, we'll wait here.
We'll be staying here at the moment.
Who let them in?
I didn't let them in, I opened the door. I need to go for an appointment, but your van's blocking my car.
I'll move the van, mate, one sec.
As Stuart goes outside to let the young woman leave, Quazim takes action of his own and locks Stuart out.
He's not allowed back in the house.
He's allowed back in.
He's not.
Because I'm inside, so it's a false imprisonment, sir. Let him in, he's knocking on the door. Let him in. I'll let you in a minute, Stuart. He's trying to be funny games here, mate.
Alright.
Do you want to let him in, mate?
I want to let my lawyer first.
Okay. Let my colleague back in the house.
Listen, can I...
With Quazim distracted on the phone, Vic lets Stuart back into the house.
Who's this?
My solicitor.
Is it your solicitor? Hello?
Hi, mate.
Good morning, sir. You okay?
Morning, yeah, not bad. But just on this one, just to let you know, we've made an application to have the judgment set aside.
Okay. At this moment, sir, okay, that's it. That is only an application. The writ itself is still active as we speak at the moment, so we'll still be asking for a payment of £3,004.18.
Could you not give us a few days just...
No, we can't. It's an active High Court writ, sir.
Right,
Okay, pass you back to your client now.
Quazim might be appealing his case, but the writ is still active, and Stuart is duty-bound to continue enforcement.
You've got to give me a little bit of time to just sort some things out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You've had time, sir.
You just got £3 lying around, just for jokes. Let me sort some stuff out.
Yeah, right.
Stuart and Vic play the waiting game and give Quazim more time to raise the funds. Stuart begins an inventory of assets in the house. If Quazim can't raise payment in full, the agents can remove any items that belong to him.
Have you got your phone on you? So I'm going to use this for photos. He still wasn't making a payment, so we still have to apply the pressure. People seem to think that debt follows just people who are poor, who are financially struggling, that have got nothing, but it's far from it. Big houses, small houses, debt can follow you anywhere.
Quazim still hasn't made the agents an offer.
Payment in full, because we're wasting each other's time here.
I physically don't have the money
Well, you're going to have to raise it then, sir.
After more than an hour in the house, Stuart's patience has run out. As a last resort, he starts to move goods into the hallway, in the hope that this strategy will prompt Quazim to finally settle his debt. But then, Quazim's father arrives home.
Hello? What you doing here?
What's up, sorry, sir? Are you
It's not his house. How you say it's fucking, that's his goods.
Yeah, no, I understand.
That's not his house.
Okay.
It's my son's other house.
At the moment, we haven't seen any evidence to say that it doesn't belong to him.
What evidence you need? I sent you evidence that's my son's house.
We need a sales receipt, sir.
Which sales receipt?
Yeah.
Which
He's already
sales
off.
receipt?
Sorry.
It belongs to my son. Don't really touch anything.
Okay, just calm down, sir. He needs to make a payment.
That's his problem.
Okay.
Just call here. That's his problem.
Can you talk to him and ask him if he can make payments?
No.
Quazim's father has phoned the police.
Yeah, that's my house. They just come by force to my house. That belongs to my son. He's not really living here.
We've been over this now since we've been here, so the best thing to do is make a payment, sir.
Why the fuck you move the good? Does not belong to him. Yeah, you just come here and tell them.
What started as a routine job has turned into a volatile situation. But with Quasim still not offering to pay, will Stuart and Vic be able to resolve this case peacefully? High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Altrincham, Cheshire, to enforce a writ on Quasim Ahmed, who defaulted on a payment plan.
You've had your chance to sort it out, son, you haven't.
Quasim refused to pay and tried to shut Stuart out of the house.
Let him in, he's knocking on the door.
The agent started to remove goods to try and prompt payment. But then Quasim's father arrived.
Oh, that's not his house.
Okay, can you just ask him?
And insisted the police resolve the situation.
Yeah, you just come here and tell them.
But the police tell Quasim's father that the agents have every right to be in the house.
They're not going to tell me anything.
They're not going to tell him anything, Dad. Dad, I'm going to have to pay them, otherwise they're going to take the goods. The police can't do anything.
Now Vic has to explain that if Quasim can't provide proof none of the goods in the house belong to him, they could be removed.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, can I explain something to you, sir? And you need to calm down now, because I've dealt with you before, right? If he pays today, it's the end of the matter.
Yeah, but
let me finish.
that's his problem, innit?
Well, I'm dealing with him.
What they're saying to you is that what happens is, it doesn't matter whose their goods are.
It's not your name, they can't move it.
Yeah, but sir, you gotta prove it. Last chance, mate, talk to me. Yes or no?
No.
No.
You're not making payment today? Alright, I'll phone transport, mate. And I'm not gonna waste my time here. And he will remove it now. Sir!
Do not touch
I will have you arrested. I will have you arrested. Do you want me to phone 999?
No, why they can't touch it?
I'm trying to explain to you the same scenario. So is your son. You're the only one not understanding it.
No.
You see quite often that parents are so embarrassed by the way the son or daughter has dealt with their debt, they become quite aggressive. I don't think they're aggressive people. I think it's just out of rage and embarrassment that they've let their son get to this stage.
Trying to say that to them now.
With no sign of an offer of payment, Stuart goes upstairs to continue the inventory of goods.
I can't.
Don't nobody upstairs. Don't.
Sir, just come here, come back here.
Okay, please give me your bank details. Yeah?
Go back. They just go back.
Sir.
Until the police is...
Stuart, he's going to make a payment. Sir.
No, just fucking go back.
Okay,
go back.
we're going downstairs.
No, just go back.
Listen, I'm going to make the payment. I'm going to
make it then,
Get the
sir.
card, sir.
No, just go back. Just go downstairs. How the hell you come upstairs, bastard? Just go back.
Come here, come with me. Come. Let's do this payment now.
I'll go down. All right.
Go downstairs. Don't forget that.
Despite Quasim's offer to pay, his father isn't calming down.
Let them do what they want to do. Take the goods. Just go ring the police again.
Dad, yes. Please, I'm going to do. You're the aggressor now. You're the one shouting, yes, Dad. I'm going to pay the money from the company. I will sort it out. I promise you, Dad. Please just stop getting angry. Please, Dad. I know that you're angry at me right now, but please stop getting angry because you're going to hurt yourself. Can we just go in there, please?
Yeah,
Please.
no problem.
Okay, Dad, just go sit over there. It's fine. I'll sort it out. Pay the money back. I'll do everything I can, but please, Dad.
With his father off the scene, Quasim is now ready to make a payment.
I'm so
No, don't apologize.
I am so, no. Regardless of the situation, at first I'd just like to apologise because as a person, as a Muslim, that's not how it's meant to be.
It's okay,
I'm
mate.
really sorry.
You're not here to.
Okay.
Let's just get this sorted.
Yeah, let's get it sorted, right? Let me just pay you the money.
Yeah.
It's gone in, alright? Yeah, let's go.
Sorted.
After a tense couple of hours, Stuart and Vic finally recover payment in full.
Let's go. Angry, isn't he?
We needed his father. His father was the prompt for payment on that. What annoys me, mate, is he had the money the whole time.
On average, UK couples spend more than £44,000 when they divorce or separate. It takes nearly a year for financial issues to be settled, with many ex-partners taking each other to court. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are in Faversham, Kent, to collect a large debt owed by a businessman.
Today we have a writ of control against a Mr. Hawkins, Mr. Paul Hawkins.
Mr. Hawkins used to own 2 companies with his former partner, Alison. She claims that she remortgaged her house to invest money in the businesses. When the relationship ended, a judge ruled that Mr. Hawkins must pay back all the money she'd invested. But Alison claims that he failed to keep up the repayments. So the case has been escalated to the High Court, and Mr. Hawkins must pay the £45,000 that he owes her today.
So looking for a BMW?
I'm looking for it now. It's a YF plate or something, isn't it?
It's a silver one.
Alison has told the agents her ex-partner owns an expensive car.
Yeah, got it. See, it's in the corner. The estate.
The agents block the asset in. If Mr. Hawkins can't or won't pay the £45,000 he owes, his car could be seized to help pay off the debt. The agents have come to the security company they believe he currently owns, Howfield Response, which he set up without his ex-partner.
Are you Miss Hawkins? Yes. My name is Paul Bowhill. We have a writ here.
Maybe you need to step outside.
Yeah, perhaps I do, because it's a work environment.
The writ is for £45,000, I'm sure you know.
Yeah, I'm personally going bankrupt on Thursday.
It still doesn't stop the enforcement action. We're told that the silver BMW in the corner belongs to you.
Yeah.
Personally. That is now under seizure.
Right.
Is there any possibility that this money could be paid?
My ex knows I can't pay 45,000 quid, despite her keeping the house and just about everything else. No chance. She knows that.
Mr. Hawkins' car is worth £6,000, a fraction of the £45,000 debt they came for. So Paul needs to look for any of the goods he can seize, including assets from his security business. But the woman in the office has some unexpected news.
Who are you?
I'm the director of this company.
Okay, so I've tried. I mean, I understand your hostility, but I'm here to try and resolve this.
The woman is Mr. Hawkins' sister, Jackie. She claims she now owns the company, Howfield Response, and all its assets. But Paul needs proof.
Okay, so there should be an asset register first and foremost, probably. But the second and most important thing is there'll be a bill of sale for the business or a bill of sale for the assets.
While Jackie starts to look for documents to prove she now owns the business and all its assets, Steve heads out to the BMW with Mr. Hawkins to clear it before it's taken away.
Done everywhere. Door panels, backs of seats, centre console.
Mr. Hawkins claims that it's him and not his ex-partner who's been left out of pocket since they split up.
We were together for 10 years. We're engaged. Yeah, she's sitting in a house that I basically did 99% of the work for over a 10-year period, and now I'm left with nothing. And she still wants to have something off my table that I haven't got. I left that house with a bed, nothing else but a bed and my Xbox. Life is pretty wrong and pretty crap.
When it's a bitter dispute, you can't take sides because you don't know who is actually to blame. You've only got two sides of a story. You can guess, but you actually don't know the honest truth.
Back in the office, Jackie has shown Paul enough evidence to prove she now owns the company. But she's struggling to provide paperwork to show that she now owns the assets in the company too.
Without the appropriate backup paperwork, we could theoretically take everything out of the office that is got any value at all, and it would shut you down. It's just potentially a total disaster.
It seems that the assets in the company have not yet been legally transferred to Mr. Hawkins' sister, Jackie.
We haven't got it. We haven't got the money, we haven't got the proper bit of paper. We were just trying to make a living in life and trying to move on. So, what do you need to do?
Well, we need to ring our office and potentially to get a removal contractor in. to take the stuff away.
With the future of his business at serious risk, Mr. Hawkins tries to raise some funds. Since splitting up with Alison, he has married, and his new father-in-law offers to pay £10,000 towards the debt.
So if you take the car at £6,000 and 10 grand, that's 16 grand.
10 grand doesn't, I don't think they're going to go for that, would be my opinion.
Can they say to her, you're gonna basically put 4 other people out of work?
They won't listen to that, Paul.
Mr. Hawkins' offer of £10,000, together with his car, is only a third of the £45,000 debt. Paul keeps the pressure on.
I'll throw a ball in the air here. If you were to say half the bill...
It's just not there. If it was just me, I'd say, well, fuck it, take it then, I'll go and fly at McDonald's.
I can't believe that she has gone this far with it.
I don't want to give her a fucking penny if in 6 months down the road it just all collapses because we've
If you don't
make
an acceptable offer to them today, it'll collapse today. Debt is non-discriminatory. It will affect people from the apparently poorest to the richest of people. The effect is the same. It's devastating and it's going to change their life.
Minutes later, Mr. Hawkins makes a second offer.
10 grand today,
Yeah.
and then 15 grand over.
OK, no, we'll keep talking, because that's sense.
Yeah. Right, do the offer, 25, the car, 10, and 9 over 10 months.
I'll go and discuss it.
Mr. Hawkins' offer is £20,000 less than the £45,000 claim, but it's his final offer. Paul calls the office to check if it's acceptable to the claimant.
The offer is valuing the BMW at £6,000, 10 grand as a building society cheque, and then £9,000 to be paid over 10 months, making a total of £25,000, which is final settlement of this whole issue.
Okay.
15 minutes later, Paul hears back.
Thank you very much. Take care, Jane. Bye. OK, all systems go. It's acceptable, the whole thing.
Half an hour later, Mr. Hawkins' father-in-law arrives to pay the £10,000.
That's your bit of paper.
Thank you.
With a payment plan in place, the case is resolved, for now.
Paul, I know it hasn't been a pleasure meeting you, but, you know...
Stranger things.
Thank you for saving the day. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
It's been a successful job for Paul and Steve.
It started off with £5,000–6,000 for the car and ended up with 25. The success of what we do is tied up with the reality that we will not take no for an answer.
Paul and Steve got the result they needed in a stressful situation. But in Stuart and Ian's next case...
Now shut up!
Don't tell me to shut up, sir.
They meet a man whose debt is turning his life upside down.
Please go away, leave me alone, don't look at me! Go out the back!
I'm staying here, sir.
Business debt has risen by 25% in the last 5 years, with nearly 3 in 5 companies facing some sort of debt. It's small to medium-sized firms that face major financial hardship, with money owed to suppliers totalling £6.3 trillion. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and trainee Ian Taylor are in Stone, Staffordshire, to collect nearly £4,500. It's owed by Brian Hitchin, an optician, to an equipment supplier.
Yes. Let's hope he's not blinded by the writ. See what I did there? Optician.
Oh, yeah, blinded.
I think that's the one there.
If Mr. Hitchin can't or won't pay, the writ instructs Stuart and Ian to collect full payment or remove assets to cover the debt. today.
Good morning, sir. We're after Mr. Hitchin. Is that yourself? Mr. Hitchin, my name's Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent from Direct Collection Bailiffs Limited. Been asked to execute High Court writ, sir.
Yes.
So, at the moment, sir, we're here to collect an outstanding balance of £4,475. If not, I'll have to do an inventory and have goods removed.
May I have
Of course you can. Of course you can. No problem at all, sir. OK, that's the total outstanding balance there, sir. And there's the High Court writ.
Would you mind going out then somewhere?
We won't be, sir. We'll be staying here at the moment because we have got a writ to execute.
You people shouldn't be here.
Why shouldn't we, sir?
Because you haven't got any right to be here. You haven't given me any paperwork.
Paperwork's there, sir. Paperwork's there. I've just given it. It's on the desk there. Do you want me to hand it to you? It's a CCJ, sir, that hasn't been paid, so they transferred it to the High Court for us to come and execute.
If you would please leave me alone. Look,
I'm staying here, sir,
look,
at the
listen
moment.
to me.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
I am coming up to 83.
Yeah.
I can do without grief from you or anybody else.
I'm not giving you any grief, sir.
Don't.
But you need to see from our point of view, sir. I've got a writ here to execute at this address, and I've got to do that.
I don't owe him any money.
So I take it it's in dispute, is it? Right.
He just doesn't listen. He
Right.
gives me a load of rubbish, and these people want banning from the world.
Mr. Hitchin claims he's in dispute with the claimant.
And he sends me rubbish, but it's not qualitable stuff that you can give the public.
No.
All right? And he shouldn't have sent it to me either.
Mr. Hitchin claims that even though the goods that he was sent from the supplier were substandard, he paid the invoice and owes the company nothing. But the High Court writ says otherwise.
Please go away. Go away. Leave me alone. Don't look at me. Go out the back.
I'm staying here, sir. Not here to cause any stress or do harm, sir. We're here to
No, of
execute
course
a
you're
writ.
not. You just don't have the brains to understand what you're doing.
I don't understand, sir. I have got the brains, else I wouldn't be doing the job, sir.
Well, that is doubtful. You're there because nobody else wants the job, probably.
So I think
Have
you
a
need to
different
concentrate on the
job
data and not about my professionality with regards to the job. Sometimes the older generation can be the trickier customers simply because they're set in their ways. They believe what they've been doing for many, many, many years is the right thing to do. You start to question your authority and believe that what we're doing is incorrect and we should stop what we're doing immediately because they don't agree with it.
Despite the dispute with the supplier, Stuart needs to make Mr. Hitchin aware of the consequences of not paying his £4,500 debt.
If we do start writing things down, it goes what they call stage 3 enforcement, which means it'll go up to 5,000.
Leave me alone!
Sir, I need to explain to you, sir.
I'm trying to do this!
Yeah, I understand that, sir, but I need to explain to you what we're here to do.
People don't deserve to be treated like this. Do you not understand?
No, I understand that, sir. But at the moment, sir, like I said, we can talk all day long. I just want to get this settled, okay, and leave you to get on with the rest of your day. Are you able to make payments, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's fine.
Now shut up!
Don't tell me to shut up, sir. There's no need to be like that, right? If you can make the payment...
I need help.
You don't expect to see elderly people being so emotional in this situation. It can be quite hard, but we've got a job to do.
I shall have to ring the bank. And
Okay.
see how much money I've got.
Mr. Hitchin finally starts to try and raise some funds. But if he can't come up with an offer the claimant will accept, the agents will have to remove assets from the shop.
I am in a terrible mess, Debbie. Could you tell me what the balance on my account is, please? I've got... Is this the amount on here? 3,200 and...
No, it's 4,475.
They're all crooks, these people. I know that they've got to make a living, but why can't they make a living out of sweeping the street or nursing elderly people? Is that all? The VAT hasn't been paid. 800 and...
It's not good news from the bank.
Right, now the best I can do is £1,000.
It's not going to be enough, sir. We'll have to take control of goods, I'm afraid.
All right.
And if we do take control of goods, sir, it goes up to 5,534.
Mr. Hitchin's offer of £1,000 is not even a quarter of what he owes. The agents start to make an inventory of goods when Mr. Hitchens' assistant arrives.
Oh, Justin, thank God you've come. I think what you're doing is indecent and wrong.
Right, well, that's your opinion, sir.
You should give people... I should have had time to go to the court.
You've had time, sir.
I haven't.
You have had time, sir.
I have not had time.
It's in the process at the moment.
You do your worst. Go on. I've had enough of today.
At the prospect of losing his stock, Mr. Hitchen makes a call to his son.
I've got somebody who's got a High Court writ out against me for £4,475. The best I can do towards it is £1,400. Can you help me with the rest, please? It won't be for very long.
Mr. Hitchens' son offers to help him pay off the debt.
So, are you able to make payments, sir?
Yes!
Stop shouting, sir.
Yes!
Okay, have you got a debit card then?
Yes!
Okay.
Go!
Okay. How much, sir?
All of it.
All of it.
Finally, Mr. Hitchen pays off the £4,500 debt in full.
Just pen number there, please. Okay, so there you go. So that's it paid in full. Thank you very much for your time anyway, sir. Okay.
It's been a stressful job for the agents.
It's quite clear he's got a dispute with it. But sadly there's a High Court writ out in his name which he has to settle. If not, then we'll have to take control of goods. It's what we were there to do today. But sadly the job's a job, isn't it?
Damage to rented properties is one of the leading causes of disputes between landlords and tenants. 1 in 5 rented properties have been subject to vandalism, with broken appliances and lack of cleanliness being the most common causes of damage. High Court enforcement agent Steve Pinner and his son Ben are on their way to Edmonton, North London, to carry out an eviction.
So, this morning we have a writ of possession against Miss Tony Robbins, and it looks like it's going to be a HMO property with multiple occupants, as their address for enforcement is actually a room.
Oh dear.
Room 4.
The tenant, Tony, has lived in the bedsit for 18 months. The landlord claims she owes £2,800 in unpaid rent. He obtained a county court judgment to evict Tony, but escalated the case to the High Court, and she must leave today.
Just off of this road somewhere on the side, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just up on the left up here somewhere.
That's it, touchdown.
The landlord, Christakis, also lives at the property.
I didn't even knock and it just opened.
I was waiting for you, look.
Are you the...
I'm the landlord.
Lovely to meet you, sir. My name's Ben.
Hello, Ben.
This is Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Are you also the locksmith?
No, I've got some keys. I changed the locks.
Okay.
It's number 4.
Okay. Are they in?
Yeah, they're in.
Okay, lovely. Just take your time. Oh, this is
nice.
Nice. Yeah, it's very well done. Good morning, madam.
Right.
High Court enforcement. We have a writ to repossess this property today.
When do I have to be out by?
Okay, what happens is we'll give you an hour to get your personal effects together.
What, now?
Yeah, which gives you...
Yeah, but I've got nowhere else to go.
Now, what you do is you take this straight to the council and then make an arrangement. You can come back and collect everything else that belongs to yours.
So he can't come in and take anything?
It won't take anything, no. So what you do is get yourself ready. Okay.
It's just hard to do my job.
Yeah, I understand. I really do understand that. But we'll give you a bit of time to get yourself together. Okay. All right. Just get your stuff together. Please, don't lock the door.
Tony lives in the room with her 11-month-old son, Dominic.
Priority for you You and the baby is to be on the council's front door this morning.
All my stuff.
No, just a suitcase for a day or so.
We've got any of the big fat bags in the van.
There might be a couple of black bags in the van. You can have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Yeah.
How am I going to carry a bag in a pushchair?
If you ring the council, tell them that we are here, High Court enforcement with a writ, and you've now been evicted, can they give you some help and advice?
Okay.
All right? Yeah. Give them a call.
Okay.
All right?
The agents are shocked at the smell coming from the bedsit.
It smells a bit. Thing is, there's her in there, there's the baby in there, the windows are closed. Nobody else can come and give you a hand? What about the dad? Is he local? He's working.
I moved here to be with his dad.
All right.
But ever since he started making trouble for us, he had to leave. So it's made it harder for us.
Right.
Do you have any money to get a cab or anything, or...?
The only money I've got today is his money. And I can't exactly spend his money on myself.
No, I agree with you there.
I understand. I understand this is a really hard situation, and I wish I wasn't here today to put you in this situation. But we need to try and think of something.
Just recently, it's always been single women with children. You have to deal with them sympathetically, because at the end of the day, we are human, we have feelings, and we understand other people have feelings. So, you know, you just have to take it as it is.
Despite being in rent arrears, Tony claims the landlord's eviction is unfair.
My caseworker Olu asked him, why are you evicting her? He goes, because of the baby.
Okay, so children aren't allowed to live in a...
Well, he said he could, but then he just changed his mind.
Right.
Tony claims that her landlord, Christakis, is evicting her because she has a baby, but he's been listening at the door. He wants Steve to hear his side of the story.
When they came here to rent the place, she's fat woman. So I said to them, on the tenancy agreement, it says no children. But I didn't know she was 4 months pregnant. So she come and live here. And then when she had the baby, she says to me, I want you to evict me so I can get a council flat. I said, what? I said, evict you, but you got the baby. So she says to me, I don't care. I'm not going to give you any rent unless you give me a letter evicting me. So I gave her a letter saying no children in the house.
Christakis claims that he agreed to start the eviction process, as Tony requested. But after that, he claims she started to mistreat the property.
She says to me, this is a shitty house. I says, my dear, if it's a shitty house, please go. She put shit in the wash basin, and it was blocked. And I had my plumber here. My plumber came here about 20 times, fixing that room.
Okay, let's see if we can resolve this.
Please get it out of my house, please.
The agents are caught in the middle of a dispute. With so much ill feeling between landlord and tenant, will Steve and Ben be able to keep this eviction on track? Steve and Ben Pinner were in Edmonton, North London, carrying out an eviction.
It's just hard being a mum.
Yeah, I understand.
The tenant, Tony, had an 11-month-old son and claimed the landlord was evicting her as he didn't want children in the house.
So children aren't allowed to live in a...
Well, he said he could, but then he just changed his mind.
But the landlord had a very different version of events.
She says to me, I want you to evict me so I can get a council flat.
Now, despite the dispute, the agents must make sure that Tony leaves today.
Wow. Okay, so...
This isn't going well here at the moment. All you need to take right here, right now, is enough clothes to last you a couple of days.
Well, I'll leave my stuff here.
Yeah.
No chance. Not with him.
The problem I'm saying to you is we can't stay here all day.
Not my problem.
I'm...
Why didn't he give me notice that you're coming today?
Basically, the way it works is the county...
But you just come and evict me within an hour.
I'm afraid so. That's not our rules. This is really hard, but I'm going to have to be really frank. If you have a problem trying to get your stuff back from the landlord, we will mediate. You don't even have to speak to him. Your priority is getting you and your little one to the council to get some sort of emergency accommodation.
If I leave it here, he won't let me back in to get it.
I guarantee you he will. I'm trying to help you here, and you got to meet me halfway.
Steve steps in to mediate with the landlord.
She is concerned that you won't let her get her stuff. Come back another day and get her stuff.
Yeah.
That's not going to be an issue, is it?
No. As long as we phone the police when she comes here, so when she comes into my house to get the stuff, she goes out again.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't trust her, she would try and stay again.
All right. Okay, let me just carry on.
When a landlord and tenant are living in the same property, there's a lot of potentially bad tension. And all of a sudden we've come along, and this process that's been started months ago has caused very bad blood between the two of them.
30 minutes after the agents first arrived, Tony has called her ex-partner for help.
I'm being evicted now, I've got an hour to get out. But I don't know where I'm going to go. I've got to carry all my stuff to the council, apparently. Alright. He said he'll call me, and when he finishes the work, he'll come.
We need to be gone for long before 1 o'clock.
Tony's ex-partner says he won't be coming for another 2.5 hours. Ben gets on the phone to him to explain the urgency of the situation.
Hello, is that Mr. Yuguri?
Hello, yeah.
Hello, my name's Ben Pinner. I'm a High Court Enforcement Officer. Are you nearby?
No.
Okay, Tony is going to be evicted right here, right now.
Yeah, man, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do? She's my ex-partner.
I know she is, but together you have a child.
Yeah.
And I want that child to be in a place of safety. And I'd also like Miss Robbins to have some sort of help, because obviously she needs to go to the council.
Okay, I'm coming now.
With help on its way, Steve needs Tony to start packing.
I think you're going to have to start getting some stuff into bags, while you, because otherwise
What
this is...
about my sky, because I want to take it out of this room?
The only thing I would say to you, as long as you don't cause any damage, that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll leave you to do that, all right? We'll just be here.
When people are more concerned about material items, it really shows that they have not got their priorities in order. I'm sure I'd put a roof over my head higher than a material item.
Tony?
An hour and a quarter since they arrived, Tony is packed, but there's still no sign of her ex-partner.
Do you want us to help you carry it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem.
She's also managed to find a suitcase.
One of these posh four-wheel ones.
Tony now seems to see a positive side to the eviction.
I know council will help me because I've got him. I'm happy for getting out of this place, but what's to be upset about?
Just as Tony is leaving, her ex-partner arrives at the property.
You're Mr. Yuguri. My name's Ben. I'm the High Court Enforcement Officer you spoke to on the phone.
But Tony is still worried about leaving her belongings in the house.
When you want to get your stuff out, just ring the landlord and then...
The landlord?
Yes.
You think he's going to let us...
He will let you back in. He will let you in. What you do is you call our office. I'll give you our office number. I'll put it in your phone. I'll give you it now.
Tony and her son are now homeless and head off to the council.
Okay. Good luck at the council. I'm sorry this is how we met. Bye-bye.
The landlord, Christakis, can finally inspect his property. He hasn't been inside the bedsit for several months.
Now, don't be too upset.
Oh, look at this is a pigsty. They're blocking the units. It was a proper unit here.
Look at the mattress.
And that was a brand new bed.
There's no toilet seats broken all.
You're joking? That was a new toilet seat. Oh my God! Look at this. Animals wouldn't live here like this.
There is a lot of mess. Is that food?
Yeah. Look at it, it's mold.
Oh, dear.
That's mold. This is terrible. I've never seen people live like this in my life.
As bad as this is, she's gone, and it's your property again.
Yeah.
You can get new people in.
These are some of the worst living conditions Steve has ever seen.
How could you bring a child and live in this condition? It's just unbelievable, you know. The landlord, you could see he's heartbroken at the state that it's in. Stuff here with food in, yeah, the place is going to be run alive with mice, probably. Yeah, don't know. So really, I don't want to be in here too much longer, in case something bites me.
The eviction is now complete.
That's us done.
Take care. Take care, sir. Bye-bye.
Next time, Stuart and Ian meet a builder whose debt causes a family crisis.
I've just had to send my daughter in bits. Do you know how that feels?
Makes your job harder when there's kids involved, because no kid really wants to see you, really.
And get the runaround on a farm.
Fucking gone yesterday,
Why?
you twat.
It looks like that she's trying to keep family together, to be completely honest, and I think she's at the end of her tether now.
What happens when you get into debt
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
and you can't
You think you can tear my family apart?
or won't pay it back?
I can't pay you. I can't pay you.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
Get out of here, so somebody's gonna get hurt.
dealing with desperate debtors
I haven't got 3 grand.
in dramatic situations.
Please open the door.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
I've got kids. This is really ridiculous.
Okay, calm down.
and their possessions.
That's fine, because I just list everything and we'll take it.
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
Get your hands off of me.
they'll take it away. Over the last 6 years, there's been a huge increase in cash flow difficulties faced by UK businesses. 100,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales last year. Delroy Anglin and his son Dale are High Court enforcement agents.
This will actually take possession then?
Yeah.
What do I know?
Don't know. What do you know?
They travel hundreds of miles each week, collecting debts and seizing goods.
Okay, Dale, what have we got?
We've got a company called Creative Printer. Couldn't find anything online about them. Found a website, but we can't find anything to confirm an address.
Today, they're on their way to a printing company in East London to collect a debt of nearly £2,000 owed to a dissatisfied customer.
Yeah, look, Creative Printer
house.
If the owner of the company, Mohammed Rahman, can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize company assets to offset the debt.
Hello, looking for a Creative Printer? Hello, buddy. High Court enforcement agent. Just need to speak to the boss. Is he here? Cheers, mate. Yeah, it's fine. See you, mate. See you. Hello, you the boss?
Yeah.
How you doing? My name's Dale Anglin. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Okay.
I've got a High Court writ against Creative Printer. I'm here for the sum of £1,971 and 7 pence.
Okay.
Are you able to make that payment, sir?
We are talking about this one with the court.
What, are you disputing it?
Yeah.
Even though Mr. Rahman is disputing the case, the agents are duty-bound to enforce the writ here today.
What's the dispute about then?
She printed a business card.
Yeah.
Yeah, she printed a business card.
Yeah, this is
This is what we printed.
Yeah.
As per the color, but she wanted this one, and we said, hang on, if you give us yellow color, you will get yellow color. If you give us like this color, you will get it like this color. You know what I mean? Then she took us to the court.
In spite of his argument with the claimant, Dell needs Mr. Rahman to understand that he must settle his debt today.
what happens is the money, when you pay it to us, stays with us, right? Whilst you do this, and you go to court, and the judge is the referee. If the judge decides that you're in the right, you will get the money back. If the judge decides that she's in the right, you will lose the money.
But Mr. Rahman isn't interested.
A dispute not to pay this.
It's a small amount in relation to what you do, right? The easiest way would be to pay this amount, and you can't or won't.
I can't pay that straightforward because we are in a process with disputing this one.
Dell tries again to get Mr. Rahman to settle the debt.
We don't get involved in disputes. We carry out the court's instructions. If you would rather this disruption, it doesn't make sense to me, but if you don't want to pay it, we have to remove goods.
Nothing is creative printers.
You'd have to prove that to me.
What do you want me to prove?
I'd have to see the proof for everything, who owns everything in here.
Yeah, it's Creative Distribution UK Limited.
After refusing to pay, Mr. Rahman claims that none of the assets in the factory are owned by Creative Printer, the company named on the writ, but by Creative Distribution Limited. But Dale is suspicious.
What do they do?
Who?
Creative Distribution UK Limited.
Creative Distribution is the printing company, and creativeprinter.co.uk is a website who sells stuff.
You advertise your company as Creative Printer. Everywhere outside it says Creative Printer. It's the same thing.
No,
I'm telling you, you can battle it out in court when I remove goods from here. I'm not going to battle it out in court with you.
Nothing is owned by Creative Printer.
The agents need to see hard evidence that Mr. Rahman is telling the truth and that there are two separate companies.
You need to produce every piece of paper, whatever it is you want to do, to go and do it.
Carl says server. I will show you the server belongs to.
Well, I'm not going to go through every. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one?
We're just
because
gonna take
I need to see it for everything in here. Whose is the server? Yeah, I need to see it. I need to see the proof.
Show me the receipt.
Yeah, for everything, please.
People often try to put you off the scent when dealing with a business. We have to be dogged, we have to be diligent, we have to sort of dig in there. The change of names, a different company being set up. Part of our job is to investigate and have a look and see if you do have assets.
I'm not going to sit here all day and wait for your receipts. This is one item. How much items do you think we're going to take for this bill? And I'm not going to sit here all day and wait for it.
The agents have now been at the factory for an hour and a half. And so far, Mr. Rahman has only provided one receipt for the assets on site.
Yours?
Computer receipt, I can't show.
You can't show me?
I can get it from the accountant office saying that all this property belongs to you.
I don't want a letter from the accountant. I want a receipt.
Yeah.
No worries, we need to shut these down, guys. We have to start unplugging all the computers. I've been here a long time, and we've got nowhere.
Dale decides to turn up the pressure.
I'm closing them. I'm closing them. We're removing goods from here, so please don't do that.
I'm saying no.
I'm telling you we're taking stuff.
No.
We are.
No.
We're removing goods from here.
No, I'm saying you cannot take it.
I'm telling you we are taking it.
Mr. Rahman decides to take action.
You are playing with me.
No, we are taking it. No,
you're
you're playing.
You're asking
You've
me
not
to
supplied
show,
anything.
and now you are just taking it. That's not
because
right.
you haven't supplied anything.
Get your hands off me.
This premises is belongs
Get your
to...
hands off me.
No,
Get your hands off of me.
You hold me.
No, I ain't listening. I've had enough of
We've been here for hours listening.
If you are breaking it, it's going to be trouble.
I've asked you to move, right? Yeah, get it on video camera. Move.
Resisting the agents carrying out their duties is a criminal offence.
Why are you stopping us?
You are not giving me a chance to take...
We've given you a chance. We've been here for hours. You're not listening.
No.
Let the police come on, we just empty it. I've had enough of all this. All you've done is caused botheration and problems.
Please.
With tempers rising, Dale calls for police backup.
As I'm a High Court enforcement agent, I'm carrying out a High Court writ at premises. We've started removing goods, but they're obviously obstructing us and trying to grab us to stop us taking anything.
I've seized it, right?
You cannot seize it with
I
other
can.
company.
I am taking it.
You cannot seize any other company.
I can. You are resisting us,
Yeah.
right?
You are holding my stuff.
It's not your stuff. We are taking it.
No, you cannot take it.
Move from there.
No.
With Mr. Rahman refusing to back down, Dale and Dell are in a potentially threatening situation. Will they be able to keep things under control until the police arrive? High Court enforcement agents Dell and Dale Anglin were in Canning Town, East London, to collect a debt of nearly £2,000 owed by a printing company to a dissatisfied customer.
I can't pay that.
You can't or won't.
Company director, Mr. Rahman, claimed all the assets were owned by another business, Creative Distribution.
Nothing is owned by Creative Printer.
He refused to pay and tried to stop the agents when they tried to seize goods.
Why are you stopping us?
You are not giving me a chance to take...
We've given you a chance. We've been here for hours. You're not listening.
No.
So they called for police backup.
Please.
Now the agents must try and calm the situation down and continue to seize goods to offset the £2,000 debt. But Mr. Rahman is still obstructing the agents.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
Why are you doing that?
If you're doing like
Why are
this-
you doing that? I was standing there, he pushed me.
What are you
Yeah?
doing?
No.
Gonna jump in, are you?
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I'm getting you off me. Let go of me. Let go of me. Please. Thank you. Please stop grabbing me.
Look, behave.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
He doesn't want you to take the computer.
Well, we have to take it
Why are
because
you
he doesn't
doing
want to pay it, does he?
Why are you doing
So
that?
it's not our problem.
Mr. Rahman is still claiming the assets on site belong to a different company, Creative Distribution, and not Creative Printer, named on the writ.
Why are you grabbing
It
me?
says Creative Distribution. Okay,
Grabbing.
look at that. It says
Please.
Creative Distribution.
Okay, it's a nice sticker.
Thank you
Have you
very
got the
much.
receipts
Thank
for
you
the
very
stuff in here? Please.
Why can't he behave?
No, you didn't behave.
Manhandling who? For what reason? Why would you
It's
manhandle
my
me?
premises. I can stand here.
Stand there. Stand there. Crack
Stand
on.
there then.
Okay.
You're welcome to stand there.
Okay. It's my premises.
Don't be pushing on us. Stand. If you're going to stand there, stand there.
Please. Doesn't make any sense what you're doing. Doesn't make any sense.
It's a stalemate. But then the police arrive.
It's to do with a breach of peace upstairs. When we started seizing items to remove, obviously, there was a big obstruction. There's obviously grabbing us and trying to drag us away from the computers and stuff.
It is a problem with another company, nothing to do with this company. The company they came in for, that's just a website.
From the minute I got here, I said to you, I need the receipts. That's what I've said to you from the minute I've got here. And you've shown me one.
They cannot take someone else's stuff.
No, but you have to prove to me whose stuff it is.
They have a legal right to obtain properties from here, whether you agree with it or not, and they need to do their job, don't they? Any disputes that you have needs to go to court, Mr. Rahman.
Mr. Rahman is still adamant he won't pay. He now decides to film the police with his mobile phone.
And you guys are not doing anything, even though we call you, it's a trespass, as well as they're taking wrong company's stuff.
Mr. Rahman, you're not listening, are you?
Dell's patience is being stretched to the limit.
He's threatened a breach of the peace. We are going to remove, and if he obstructs me again, you'll have to arrest him. That's all he's been doing all day.
So you're going to remove another company's property?
I'm going to remove that. You haven't satisfied me as to who owns that. So I will. Don't start again. Don't
Look at
start
that.
again.
Look, Mr. Officer.
start
Look at
again.
that. Mr. Stamp, look at that.
They're going to take you. They're going to take you away, mate.
So they are taking another company. Even look.
Mr. Rahman, come in, please.
Let's just give you a friendly word of warning.
If your behaviour continues, persist to prevent them doing their job, forced and have no choice to register for breach of peace. And believe me, you don't want to do that.
I will not pay a single penny, which is unfair.
Okay, well, that's your choice.
We've gone through this with him. It's not unfair because he has the option to get the money back. Pay it, right? And we leave, and you go to the judge with your argument, and you have your argument. No, you said too much. Are you going to pay it or not?
Come and talk, Ted. Let me talk to you.
Suddenly, Mr. Rahman wants to talk to Dale in private.
I can't do anything until this is paid. A debit card. Try. I don't know if you want to make some calls, see if anyone can help you pay this amount. But I don't, like I said...
I did not even pay anyone's wages.
The truth about Mr. Rahman's situation finally emerges.
We've been struggling last few months, and there is no money. I can show you the bank account if you don't trust.
The agents have been at the factory for 4.5 hours.
Some solution.
There's nothing we have to remove you. We have to. There's no money, so we have to. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, just wait another few moments. I just made a couple of calls.
Yeah, cool.
Finally, Mr. Rahman is starting to raise some money.
You've got what, sir?
Another 300.
So you're at how much? 800 now?
He offers the agents £885, nearly half of the money owed.
How are you paying the 885? Card? How much on this one?
385.
7.
But it's not him, it's his employees who are having to stump up the cash.
And the other one, 500 on the other one.
All of this is unnecessary and could have been avoided. But in my experience, the lesser amounts that we have to collect cause the most aggravation. They would lose more money by not working a day, the company that is, than if you paid this, go to court and put your case in front of the judge.
The agents decide to give Mr. Rahman 48 hours to raise the rest of the money he owes.
So you need to call. That's what needs to be paid. 2 days. Mohammed, I'm going. See you later.
5 hours after they first arrived, the case is resolved for now. But if Mr. Rahman doesn't pay the £1,100 still owed within 2 days, the agents will be back. There are nearly 5 million self-employed people in the UK. However, they earn on average 40% less than company employees. Research has shown that the self-employed had an average debt of nearly 20 times their income. Enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Freckleton, North Lancashire, to collect a debt of just over £785 owed by a barber's shop in unpaid rent.
I think it's going to be a dead giveaway when we walk in, that we don't need a haircut today.
If the owner, Lindsay DeSanti, can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods to cover the debt today.
You think it's the one called the Village Barbers?
It is indeed.
Oh, someone's in, having a cut. They're going to get...
interrupted?
It's a nice little village, though. Hello there, you okay? We've been sent in by the landlord.
By the landlord?
Yeah, in regards to outstanding rent.
Oh, no. I'm this.
Well, it is what it is, I'm afraid.
Where from? Show me the proof of outstanding rent.
Well, the landlord's instructed us to collect that amount.
Well, you get him. Get that knobhead on the phone.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take
I want
control
the
of goods.
proof of this outstanding rent then.
Well, have you paid it?
What, my rent? Yes, it's
Yeah.
paid every single week.
Lindsay insists she's fully up to date with her rent payments, but the documents say otherwise.
So we're here now to collect a balance.
Well, you've not given me any notice. For what? You've not given me any notice
Oh, after
that
I've
you're
been
coming
sent
here.
here.
No, it hasn't. No, it
Yeah, it has
hasn't.
done, or else we wouldn't be here. I can understand it's a little bit stressful, okay? I completely understand. I do. But you can see it from our point of view. We've been instructed by the landlord to collect an outstanding balance.
Are you going to make payment? We'll be on our way, you see.
I'm not dealing with you, right? I want to know where the proof is that I've not paid that.
Lindsay calls her dad for help.
Dad, I need you at my shop ASAP. I've got bailiffs here saying I've not paid my rent. I need you here ASAP. I've got customers in. Yeah. Yeah, stitch me up. I need the proof. We need the proof, Dad.
I'm Lindsay's dad. Now, what's the problem?
We've been sent in by the landlord with regards to outstanding rent.
He's not the landlord. He's not the landlord.
Right, well, who is he then?
She does pay rent by
Go then, yeah, so he's been sent in by herself. So, for some reason, the rent hasn't been paid or there's been a miscommunication somewhere. We're here to collect an
I'll be there in about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. Can you hang on for me?
Yeah, okay, no problem at all, sir. We'll see you shortly.
Get him out of the shop!
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You might want to charge your phone, it's on 1%.
The thing with smaller communities is it's the embarrassment factor. When you walk into a little business and you've got 2 High Court enforcement agents there, you know within 5 minutes the whole village is going to know about it. So have you got proof that you paid for the last 3 months?
No, I
If you pay weekly?
Yes, they read it every week.
What's your rent a week?
100.
100 a week?
Yeah.
Lindsay still insists that she is up to date with her rent. Stuart needs to get to the heart of the matter.
Hi Andy, it's Stu, mate. You all right? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, she said, look, I'm paying it every week.
You've not got any proof to say that I haven't paid it.
And how long have you been here then?
How long have I been here?
Yeah, in the shop.
5 years.
Okay.
So you're saying I've missed 11 weeks?
6. £600 plus fees.
Fees?
Yeah, to collect this money. You cut hair for free.
Stuart comes back with news from the office.
Right, we've had a statement sent through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 weeks that hasn't been paid. That's why it's 600 quid. But then, obviously, there's costs on top of that, sadly. You must know, if you haven't been paying your rent, that this was going to happen.
I do feel sometimes sorry for defendants, you know, especially if it's their livelihood and their business, and you can see they've been working hard at it. But on the other side of the coin, if you're not paying your rent, you don't leave the landlord stroke claimant any choice in this matter, so we will come knocking on your door.
The agents have been in the shop for a quarter of an hour. So far, Lindsay hasn't made any offer of payment. The agents decide to turn up the pressure.
Everything in the shop belongs to you. Leather couches, everything.
Yeah. Well, he's right up down the shop taking it, aren't you?
Well, if I don't get payment,
Is there anything in the back here, Vic?
No, not really.
You're not removing anything.
Well-
I've got all in my arse.
Right.
It's fine. We don't have to remove anything as long as they are full balance being paid.
Lindsay's father arrives.
You all right?
Hello there.
Mr. Jackson.
That's me?
Yes.
Right. So, what was saying?
There's 6 weeks of rent that hasn't been paid, and the one from last week, which has obviously been up to date now. Okay.
Last week's gone.
Right.
So that's the total amount. So the total amount is
£1,104.
£1,104 in total.
Because of additional fees, the amount of money Lindsay now owes has increased by over £300.
The trouble is, going back a lot of years, there's history between the landlord's agent and Lindsay. He's a vindictive he's a vindictive, well, he is as well, but he's a vindictive gentleman. And he's been looking for something like this to hit Lindsay since they took over. Lindsay used to rent a flat from him. She had 2 little children at the time. The idiots of the village started lighting fires at the bottom of the stairs. So Lindsay moved out. She couldn't get 3 months' notice with people lighting fires at the bottom. He took Lindsay to court and he won.
So it cost us a fortune then?
Yeah. This is an ideal opportunity for him to just try and put another nail in her coffin.
Well, yeah.
Despite the long-running dispute with her landlord's agent, the debt must be settled today, one way or another.
I'm not happy about paying it all.
Just calm down.
I've been paying it all, no.
Just calm down, Lindsay. Now, how do you want me to pay you?
It needs to be the cash or debit card.
I can get to the building society,
Yeah.
but it can take me 3/4 of an hour.
What time is it now?
If you want to make an appointment to come back later, that's fine by me.
We won't be leaving here until the money's collected.
Right, that's fine.
So we can wait until about 10:15.
Right,
That's
I'm
not a
on my
problem.
way now.
Yeah, no
Okay,
problem at all.
please wait.
Ready?
Lindsay, we will have a meeting with the owners and we'll sort it
I'm not
out.
going to meet with Simon Rigby, I'm not going to meet with that knob.
Right, okay, look.
You'll sort it out. Yeah, no problem.
Lindsay, just sit down, calm down, leave your clothes sign on for now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
See you later.
The agents have given Lindsay's father a 45-minute deadline to get the money. All they can do now is wait.
I suppose people talk and things like that, don't they?
Village life.
Yeah. I live in a village myself and it's can't do anything.
Not far enough in the
Yeah.
How's business been going anyway? Has it been all right? No. She obviously is struggling at the moment. It's clear from that, by the way she's acting. If there is bad blood between the lettings agent, don't give them any excuses.
Shortly before the deadline, Lindsay's dad returns.
It is £1,104, sir, and we'll do you a receipt for the cash.
There's 1,000 there.
He pays the debt off in full.
Sorted. Right.
Okay.
Here's your receipt, sir. All right.
Okay.
See you later.
Thank you. No worries, mate.
The agents have got the result they needed. But for Lindsay and her father, the dispute is far from over.
There's two sides to every story. Lindsay's at fault by missing a rent payment, but the thing is, why have they not communicated with me? I am joint tenant with Lindsay on this property.
His shop is literally half a mile down the road. In the village, yes.
And the village.
He drives past every day. Surely, if there was a problem,
Call in, don't you?
not a phone call, nothing at all.
She was obviously very shocked when we first walked in, saying that she always pays, it's always up to date. And then when we showed her the statement, she kind of changed her tune a little bit, so she knew she was pulling the wool over our eyes. Or trying to even, yeah. But at the end of the day, father comes to the rescue.
Stuart and Vic have got a result in a difficult situation. But in Brian and Dell's next case,
Do you appreciate how distressing this is for us?
they meet a debtor whose case must be handled with great care.
Making me ill.
I'm not making you
Stress triggers off my illness.
According to a government report, bereaved families in the UK are finding it harder to pay for a funeral for their loved ones. 45% of Britons have made no provision for their funeral after they pass away, with typical costs ranging from £3,000 to £7,000. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Bedfordshire, chasing a debt of nearly £2,000 owed to a funeral director.
Del, what we got next, mate?
We're going to see Miss Karen Hilborn Game in Milton Keynes. She owes £1,751.53.
The debtor, Karen Hilborn Game, originally owed just over £800 after failing to pay the full cost of her mother's funeral. But legal and High Court fees have now more than doubled that amount. The sensitive nature of the debt means the agents will need to handle this case with care.
Hello. How are you? My name's Brian. I'm from the High Court. I'm looking for Karen Hilborn Game. Please. Is she here? Okay, can I speak to her, please? Hello.
Hi.
How are you? I've got a High Court writ made against you for monies outstanding.
Oh, you mean the for her mother's funeral? Well, we've actually contacted him several times.
Right.
Offered him money.
Okay.
He's refused it every time. I've got an appointment.
Well, you need to deal with this. High Court can't wait for your appointment to deal with it.
I'm quite disabled at the moment.
Okay, what's your
I don't look it.
what's your
That's why
disability?
I'm going for treatment to help me with my
She has fibromyalgia.
So how can we get it resolved?
I've been trying to resolve it because I deal with her finances.
Okay.
She's my wife.
Okay.
I'm her carer. Her mother died after we cared for her.
Sorry to hear that.
Through terminal cancer.
Okay.
We paid all of her funeral up front because
Okay.
she was dying of cancer, we knew that.
Okay.
He then charged us an extra £450 to view her dead body
Right.
in the morgue.
I appreciate the circumstances. Yeah, it's clearly difficult. Yeah, and we understand that. The problem we've got, we have to work upon the High Court writ.
I told him we are more than happy to pay him
Okay.
£20 a month. He didn't want
He
that.
doesn't have to accept that.
No, I know he doesn't, but I can't afford to give him
Okay.
any more.
Well,
I'm
it's
her
not-
carer.
okay.
She's disabled, unfortunately can't work.
Okay, I understand she's disabled, all right?
But so why
I understand
are
that.
you here?
Well, it's my job.
Well,
I'm
what
here.
is it you want?
You need
You
to.
don't have
Well, it needs to be paid.
Well, we don't have any
Okay.
money.
We don't get a lot of High Court writs where the debts are regarding the funeral. It can make your job difficult because that grieving process can go on for some considerable length of time. It's emotionally charged before you get there. You need to deal with the debt. They need to face up to the fact they need to deal with the debt. And that can take some time in getting their head round to it.
Del and Brian now have to work with the couple to get the matter resolved.
Do you appreciate how distressing this is for us?
Look, this situation wasn't incurred by us, okay? Now, at the end of the day, the gentleman who you have your dispute with has a business to run, okay? Right?
Yeah,
So
you
therefore...
Karen, extortionate amounts of money.
So-
I'm going to get this.
Should it cost $4 to bury a fucking human being?
All right? Now, he has a business to run, just like anyone else trying to earn a living. Now, I don't know what the dispute is, but I've heard your side. There were two sides to everything.
Karen, I want to get this sorted so you can get your treatment.
I'm not going now.
We'll pay him what we can.
Which is what?
It's already been agreed, £5
No, it hasn't been agreed, otherwise we wouldn't be here. He hasn't agreed that at all.
It's because my mother died of cancer. We were caring for her for 2 years. And it was a very devastating time, and I lost my job because I was so ill. This
Okay.
is why you are here, and how disgusting this country is now that you harass disabled people.
Your argument is not with
I
us.
don't want to speak to you anymore.
Fine, don't.
You people are so disgusting.
Why?
Why don't you get a real job?
Well, we're doing our job. Yeah.
Get a proper job where you contribute
We're doing
to
our
the
job.
society rather
We're-
than actually harassing people.
Well, are we shouting at you?
Debtors will use a high amount of emotion to deflect from having to pay a debt or to even acknowledge the debt. They're in that emotional cycle, they don't want to accept it, or they're not in a position to deal with it. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the fact that they owe the money.
The bottom line is you've incurred a debt. Bullies.
To try and intimidate
Not at all.
a disabled woman
Not at all.
for money
Do you know what this is
she
about?
couldn't afford to pay
Then
because
why
her
did
mother
you-
fucking died with no money and I had to pay £3 grand for a funeral. I haven't got £3 grand. You're making me ill.
I'm not making you
Stress triggers off my illness,
Why
and
am I
now I'm
here?
probably not going to be able to walk the 3
Why?
days because of you
Okay.
people.
Why are we here?
You don't
Or
understand.
haven't?
Go and fucking research fibromyalgia
No, I don't.
and
I'm
you'll find out that actually stress causes such trauma.
Brian and Del now have a dilemma. They're duty-bound to execute the writ. But with no offer of payment looking likely, they must start to look for assets they can seize, despite the sensitivity of the situation.
We just made some inquiries. She said there's a driver vehicle around the back here, a black and white vehicle. Just want to make some inquiries with it.
The agents have found Karen's car. Brian calls for a vehicle check.
I need to do HPI check on a vehicle.
If the car is free of finance, its value would more than cover the nearly £2,000 debt. But as Karen is disabled, they need to check whether this is the right course of action.
We'd have to look at all the circumstances before making that type of decision, particularly if it's their only means of getting to and from hospital or other medical facilities. So it's not an easy one, but their attitude don't make things easy to resolve. So.
Minutes later, Brian hears back about the vehicle check.
Yeah, it's coming up as a mobility vehicle.
Okay, no, that's fine. But so there's obviously a disability issue here. She's getting carer's allowance. She's got a mobility vehicle. She has vulnerability issues, in my view. She didn't seem vulnerable when she's standing there screaming and shouting, but you know, we have to take into consideration what they're telling us.
With no offer of payment, and no goods to seize. The agents have no choice but to walk away empty-handed for now. They leave a copy of the writ for Karen. If she doesn't pay within a month, the agents will be back. It's been a stressful case for everyone concerned.
There was that emotional cycle that we couldn't get through. We couldn't communicate. It was very, very hard. It's a difficult situation. We understand that. We're stereotyped as individuals who are, difficult, but we're not.
I feel like there are so many disabled people in this country at the moment that aren't getting the support they need. And to top it all off, if somebody suddenly lost their job, how are they going to be able to afford to pay ridiculous amounts of money? I'm sorry, but I want to go back to court. I'm going to get a legal subpoena and I'm going to try and find a way to fight this, all of this. And when they see our incomings and outcomings, they will know that we can't actually afford to pay more than what we suggested in the first place.
Nearly 60% of UK businesses face some sort of debt, and 99% of these are small or medium-sized enterprises. More than 1 in 3 small business owners draws less than £100 income each month, leaving them with a constant struggle to stay on top of their finances. (8:30 a.m. Sleaford, Lincolnshire). High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are chasing a debt of nearly £5,000 owed by the owner of a computer repair business.
And we're going to visit Mr. Philip Brace.
Mr. Brace?
This morning. And Mr. Brace needs to pay us £4,747.58.
The debt is for unpaid rent. Mr. Brace's landlord has escalated the case to the High Court to get his money back quickly.
You've done that before, haven't you? 18. 16.
It opens at 9 o'clock.
Hey, someone's coming, mate.
Hello there, sir. You okay? We're after Mr. Brace.
That's me.
Mr. Brace, my name's Mr. McCracken. This is my colleague, Mr. Victor. We're High Court enforcement agents from Direct Collection Bailiffs Limited. We've got a High Court writ, sir, to execute to the value of £4,747.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Are you able to make payment, sir?
At the moment, no, I'm not.
Right, okay, because we are instructed to remove goods, sir, unless payment can be made.
What's the debt about?
Well, it's unpaid rent.
Rent. For this property?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but basically, I've been having problems with the landlord anyway in here because he was supposed to have come in and sorted out some damp and sorts of rubbish for this place.
Right.
He's never turned up, so I've basically sort of stopped paying the rent, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff in here, obviously being electrical stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That will get damaged with all the debt. I must admit, I'm not making any money out of the place.
Right.
Thing is, you say make a payment, but it'd just be like, excuse my French, pissing in the ocean. You know what I mean? It's not going to make a great deal of difference.
Mr. Brace has run the business for 3 years. He claims he's fallen on hard times, but Vic wants to dig deeper.
But you did say earlier you stopped paying rent because you weren't happy with some of the things. So you didn't stop, but you told us you stopped rent because you can't afford to pay rent. You told us you stopped rent because there was problems with the building, etc., etc., etc. So
yeah, that's fine.
Are we going to go round in circles? Or are we going to be honest with each other here? Because
I'm being honest. I stopped rent because
one story
one,
here.
I couldn't afford it, and two, situation and bits and pieces. So, but it's a combination of both. I'm being straight with you. I'm being honest with you. I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I can't pay. Simple as that.
Mr. Brace has made his position clear. But the agents still need to try and settle that today, one way or another.
I need to make you, we do remove, it goes up to £5,611. And if the goods don't get, this is worst case scenario, if the goods don't fetch the total amount outstanding, then there will be a statutory demand issue. Okay, so it is important that you try and get this resolved.
A statutory demand is a written warning from a creditor. It states that you don't pay your debt or come to another arrangement, they could start court proceedings to make you bankrupt. The pressure is on. Mr. Brace must now raise the funds or risk losing his entire livelihood. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Sleaford, Lincolnshire, trying to recover a debt of nearly £5,000 for unpaid rent from a computer repairs shop.
Are you able to make payments, sir?
At the moment, no.
Right.
Owner Philip Brace said his business was failing.
I can't pay. Simple as that.
Now the agent's only option is to seize goods to try and cover the debt.
We are instructed to remove goods, sir, unless payment can be made.
I can point out the bits that belong to customers and that belong to my son-in-law.
We need to see proof of that, sir.
Well, unfortunately...
Well, if you can't show us proof today, everything will get removed and stored for 7 days. If you can't produce proof of after 7 days, it will get sold at public auction.
That lot up there, as well, is mine.
Yeah.
A lot of these need repairing.
There's plenty of IT equipment in the shop. But there's a problem. The value of the broken stock doesn't come close to covering the £5,000 debt.
You should get at least 50 quid for each.
No. I can tell you that now. No, you won't. I can tell you that now, and I'm not an auctioneer. Because whoever's going to buy that at auction does not know if that is working or not, so they pay scrap value, which is a fiver. When you walk into a business and you can see they are struggling to trade or to make a living, clearly that makes it more difficult for us to collect on that specific case because there's nothing of value to remove.
With nothing of value worth seizing in the shop, Stuart changes tactics. The writ is in Mr. Brace's name, so his personal goods are also liable.
We'd have to go to your home address as well and take control from goods there as well. Because obviously it's in your name personally.
What would be the minimum amount that I would have to pay now? Because no doubt you'll probably say it's the whole lot.
Well, we instructed to collect the balance, which is the whole lot, obviously.
That's fair enough, I understand that.
2,200 would be the minimum.
I can't physically pull £2,000 out of my back pocket to hand it over to you.
Yeah.
I've got a vehicle at home. Yes, it's under my name. You can have that as well.
What's the vehicle, sir?
Skoda Estate.
Hi, John. Can I give you HPI, mate?
I'll be honest with you, cam belt snap.
No problem. Cheers, John. See you later. Bye.
The office tells Stuart the broken-down Skoda is virtually worthless. The agents try once more to get Mr. Brace to come up with an offer of payment.
Is there anyone that can help you raise funds? Make a payment?
I've been trying. At the end of the day, I'll just have to close my business down. It's as simple as that.
Which we don't really want to do.
Look, I could take you down to my bank and I can get you a balance of my account. And if there's 100 quid in there, I'll be surprised. That's how bad the business will be. I've been living on borrowed time.
The agents have run out of options. So Stuart throws Mr. Brace a lifeline.
What we'll do is, so I'll give you 24 hours to see what you can do.
To be honest with you, there's no way I can raise it.
And like I said, if at all, like I said, we take control of goods from the property and here it doesn't clear the balance, then there'll be a statutory demand issue, which is more or less end of the line. Bankruptcy is such a crippling situation for any individual. Your bank accounts are frozen, your credit cards are stopped, you'll lose any valuable asset. It's made publicly aware that you are now bankrupt. Your whole life comes to a stop.
Even if I went and stood on the street corners,
yeah,
and sell me backside, I couldn't get £2 grand.
No. I don't think most people would. Bloody hell, be a good night for us.
I'd have to pay them rather than pay me.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I started 3 years ago and everything seemed to be all right. Then 2 more shops have opened up in town, which, yeah, it has affected my business. And unfortunately, the economy has screwed me over. I've got into debt. It's my problem. It's not them. So at the end of the day, I've got to either go and pay to become bankrupt and just shut my business down and go and get a proper job.
Mr. Brace has 24 hours to come up with more than £2,000. If he doesn't pay, the agents will be back.
I think he's given up. He's given up on himself.
He's just plodding along day to day, isn't he? He said he is waiting for us, and I think he genuinely was.
Next time, Stuart and Vic get the runaround at a second-hand car dealer's.
This is stolen.
No, my arm could have been under that wheel.
And the agents meet a woman who won't face up to the truth.
I'm saying to you, that is not my vehicle, so why are you removing it?
I reckon that's her.
While Del and Dale try to track down a debt dodger.
There he is, there he is, there he is, there he is. Look down, look down, look down. He's clued up. He's not a stupid man.
And it's Paul Connolly doing the chasing down next on Channel 5. He's after those at the centre of insurance scams in brand new series Undercover, Nailing the Fraudsters.